Okay, good evening, everyone. It is now 5:30. We're going to go ahead and start. Welcome to the Emergency Medical Technician Virtual Information Night. Again, welcome. Next. At this time, I'm asking everyone to please turn off your cameras, mute your microphones. I want to remind you that this meeting is being recorded. By continuing to be in the meeting, you are consenting to be recorded. Should you have any questions throughout the presentation, please type your email address and those questions in the chat room, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. These goals reflect the school division's strategic plan for all students to have a meaningful post-secondary outcome and choices. Next. At this time, I want to congratulate all students on their acceptance. And here I want to go over the agenda for this evening. We will talk about the application process, just remind you some dates, give you a program overview, talk through some program course sequences, discuss some logistics, and then we'll also answer your questions that you have provided in the chat or that you may think of towards the end of the presentation. The emergency medical technician does comprise of 3 courses within a pathway. The first course is Emergency Medical Technician 1. It is a 1-credit class. It is 1 class block meeting that meets for 2 periods every X or Y day for the first semester. Followed by the second course in sequence is the Emergency Medical Technician 2. It is also a 1-credit class. It meets for 2 periods every X or Y day for second semester. And each of those semesters lasts 18 weeks. The final course within its pathway is Emergency Medical Technician 3. This also is a 1-credit class. However, this meets for 1 period every X or Y day for the entire year, and that includes 36 weeks. You can find more information about this course and its description in the program of studies that is located on our website, staffordschools.net, under Index tab, then click on Program of Studies. Here's a quick overview of the program. We do ask students to have a Social Security number, provide us with your immunization records. Please make sure you have a negative drug screen. Students must be 16 years of age by the first day of the course. Students are also required to have a CPR certification prior to the start of the course. Also, students are asked to devote much time outside of the classroom, the course period, to participate in related activities occurring in the evening and on the weekends. And the most fun part of this program, students will be on an ambulance at times. How exciting is that? So we do encourage, we do require and make attendance very important. So it does count. As you can see, this is a very rigorous course pathway. So we do expect students to make sure that their attendance counts and that they are in class every day during this program. And it's also want to make mention that the program is governed by the Virginia Office of Emergency Medical Services. Now the EMT course sequence again. Here again, we're talking about the first and second and 3 courses. You do have 3 courses within this pathway. Some of the things that the students will be able to learn, it does prepare students for a variety of careers and advanced coursework in the healthcare field to include services as a paramedic. Students become very skilled in identifying and dealing with emergencies such as bleeding, fractures, and cardiac arrest. They learn proper care and use of common emergency equipment and safe methods for lifting, moving, and transporting injured persons. Students also have an opportunity to earn an EMT certification after they have successfully completed all 3 courses within its pathway. Here again, we will provide the program of studies link in the chat room so that way that'd be accessible for you to find, and that way you can further look at the courses and their description.
The first round of notifications went out this past Monday, February 5th. The first selection deadline is February 21st. You'll need to log into your school Mint account to accept one of the offers, and the link is in the chat. Once you log in, you'll click View Submitted Applications. When you accept an offer, it declines all other offers, including waitlist offers. Now, if you receive an offer after February 6th or later, then you'll have 16 days after that date to accept or decline, and those expiration dates are included in your account. For transportation, any rising 9th or 10th grade student that accepts an offer to attend a specialty center or program pathway will be required to transfer to that offering school. Rising 11th and 12th graders may choose to travel to their program. Transportation is being provided between the home and school or between schools. For additional information, students who transfer to another school become full-time members of that school, including VHSL eligibility to include clubs, sports, and activities. Students who leave a center or a program will be required to return to their zoned high school. Students wishing to transfer into a different pathway at their center may make that request if space is available. All scheduling will be completed by that center's counseling team. If you have any questions as you're doing, please type them in the chat, include your email address. We also have the academic programs at staffordschools.net email for any other questions, and you will receive a response back. Please keep note of that email address. And this presentation will be downloaded to the website in a couple days in a PDF format. And we thank you very much for attending, and we will look at some of the questions in the chat now.
Some of your questions have already been addressed in a chat. I just want to make mention to make sure that you all are looking at the chats to see if your question has been answered. I want to say, what if I won't be 16 until junior year? That question has been answered. Please review the program of studies. Student will be eligible to take the course, so as long as you are 16 prior to the start of the school year.
Is BLS a CPR certification that is required prior to start? If you will also send that question to the academic programs at staffordschools.net, and we will ensure which program. It is written in the program of studies, but you'll have a definite answer through that. Let's see, how do we determine which school we chose when we filled out the application? It should be on the application. It should be on the lottery application which location it was. EMT at Colonial Forge or EMT at Stafford High School.
And that will be determined based on your address, your home address.
Yes. If you applied for the 4-year pathway, then you would go to that school as a 9th grader. It depends on what grade you are. If you want to email that question as well, we'll include it in our format here. See, the 2 high schools in question are a flip of the coin for distance. Is there a way to figure it out? Whichever high school you'll be going to has been selected for you in the lottery application. It was based on your home street address.
Application.
There's not, well, we'll leave that up to the instructor. We will come back with that on cost. I don't believe there's any cost for the program unless it's something that, like we said, there's weekend things. So we will address that as well.
Teresa, what certification can I get at the 1 and 2 since rising seniors won't be able to take 3?
It's a big process for the EMT certification. It's many different pieces, and it's all through the Virginia Office of EMS. So while you're in school, the instructor will provide the pieces of it that you will test in, but it's all on record through the Office of EMS. And then when you're finally done with all modules, you'll have an EMT license. If you're on the wait list, when will you find out you are accepted? As other students accept and decline their offers, then the ones on the wait list will receive their notifications that it's their turn. You have to be 16 by the start of school. EMT 1 is first semester and EMT 2 is second semester. You are still eligible to receive certification after 1 and 2. And they have an entire chart laid out once you're in the program of where you are and what all the certifications are and the dates. We will take all your questions and put them in a document, and we will, if you put your email in there, we will get back to you. If not, please send your questions to academicprograms@staffordschools.net for us to be able to answer every individual question.
Katie Snyder wanted to have access to the chart. Are you able to put your email address in the chat room, please? Thank you, Katie. Okay.
We will send an email about the exact certification that's needed for CPR.
On behalf of the Department of Academic Programs of Stafford Schools, we thank you for attending this information session on the EMT program. Again, if you have any questions, we ask you to please email the email address that's on the screen, that is academicprograms@staffordschools.net. All individuals that are participating in this will receive a copy of this program. This concludes this recording, and this presentation will be ending now. Thank you so much for attending.